another one here, another one here,
Yeah.
another one here. So after like dropping the clips for the podcast, releasing the podcast, how was your experience? Like, how is that much exposure? Like, this is probably altogether definitely like over a million, views, a million people probably touching your profile, trying to figure out what you do, interested in what you do.
Mhm.
How has that exposure from being on our podcast like helped you with your business and what you had going on?
First of all, I just want to say thank you guys so much for allowing me to be on the podcast. I had no idea what to expect, and you guys made it super easy, simple, not intimidating. And honestly, I didn't know that we would do the numbers that we did, right? Like one of the videos is at 834,000, and I'm just like, whoa, how did this go about? Because I didn't even know if I was doing good because I'm thinking, I'm talking on deaf ears. I say the same thing all the time. So I didn't think people would be as receptive. But they were. And for you guys, I'm super grateful. But after that podcast, like you guys had my schedule booked. I think I remember it was Christmas. I was working Christmas, New Year's. Like, I don't think my schedule slowed down until like March because of the podcast that I did with you guys, because of the platform, because the authenticity with within you guys. You guys are just amazing, humble, and you guys know how to definitely ask questions. And so your audience definitely rocks with you. And nobody needs to underestimate the power of motion and success because y'all got a lot of motion and you guys are bringing a lot of success to people who are just starting out, in the podcast game, getting on interviews.
Wow, that's amazing. That is amazing. And definitely I was one of those people too. I would check your calendar. I'm like, yo, we can't even get a solid date because I think we were also trying to book some dates as well to see, if we could get a policy, set up. And we're like, yo, let's just call Brianna personally because at this point we can't even get a date. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So definitely, what would you say to anyone like, let's say, who's on the fence about getting or being on a podcast or having podcasting in the marketing side of their business because they might look at it like, hey, some people they have a negative view about podcasting, like, yo, hey, it's about relationships, it's about all these other things, but it can really be used as a marketing tool. What do you got to say to the people that are on like they're on a fence about, starting one or even jumping on one and incorporating it into their business?
No risk, no reward. I mean, you have to be willing to invest in yourself and do something different so that you can get a different outcome for yourself. I was like as green as a blade of grass when it came to, hopping on podcasts, leveraging other people's platforms, and it completely changed the way my business exploded. I had no idea that this was even, a part of the component to success that you actually needed. And that can work out. And it did. So I would say go for it. Um, and you'll be so thankful that you made that decision for yourself.
Definitely, definitely. Now that right there is amazing, and it's really good to hear. And my last question would just be how, like, being with these clips that we, we got of you, have you ever repurposed them or threw them on any other platforms or, repost them in any way?
No, I
Mm.
haven't. But I was thinking about, definitely repurposing them, going through and having my team reach out to the people that have commented. We literally had thousands and thousands of thousands on top of thousands
Mm.
of people commenting on these posts. So it became very, very hard for me to circle back around. But I feel like that's a good problem to have, and your platform allows for that type of success. So
Yeah.
no, I haven't, but yes, I will because I feel like there's still a lot of motion and success can definitely be found in those comments. So I'm gonna dig it through them.
Yeah, definitely. And when it comes to even being like an authority in your space, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but a lot of people who are in the life insurance space, they were using your content as a marketing route as well. They'll
They
be
were.
sharing it, they were remixing it. Like plenty of people like, hey, get in contact with me if you want this type of policy. So now it's like you stand
Yeah.
out as an authority in your space, off of just a few clips that got a ton of views. So it's crazy.
Yeah. I saw that. I saw like, agents in the comments like contact me, like I can help you. And I'm just like, that's stealing. Like
Yeah.
that's steal from me. But you know what? That just means I'm doing something right. We did something right. And if I can help some other people find success within that, like shout out to y'all. Like it's definitely enough money out here for all of us, especially when it comes to moving with a purpose. And what I'm doing is definitely moving with a purpose with helping educate our community on using my life story.
Definitely.
Right. Yeah. So, and my question now, so, being that the podcast did go viral, it did hit. Do you mind sharing, did you make any money from this kind of content?
Gonna give me.
Did you make anything at least or if you wanted to pull a dollar amount to it, what would that be if you don't mind sharing? She said, nah. Because I don't think we ever spoke about that, and I'm very curious. I mean,
Y'all better not up the price on me. No, but I definitely I gotta give y'all kudos for sure. With what we did and what you guys created and allowing me to, get on your podcast, I had no idea. Like I said, I had no idea that we would get like over 1 million views across all of them. And I had no idea that I would, make six figures, just from this podcast, like this episode. Like it was mind blowing.
six
It
figures from one episode?
That is correct.
Golly.
That is
I
correct.
mean, we coming up on a 1 year mark, and I didn't even know that, honestly. I really didn't know, but
Yeah.
I'm glad that that was the results that you had, and it really just goes to show that the power of content is definitely very, very powerful. I was about to say something.
No, no, no. I was just like, wow, like that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But even shortly after me and you, we say like, yo, this got to be one of them ones. Like,
Yeah.
Y'all kept saying that and I didn't
Yeah.
believe it. I was
I
just
told
like,
you.
are you sure? I
I
don't
told you.
know. Like, are you sure? Did I do good? Because I always be second guessing myself. And you guys made me feel so comfortable. I think that's why it went so well. Because you guys are just amazing. You're two
Yeah.
amazing gentlemen, like killing the game in this space for sure.
All right, and then also after the podcast aired, how much followers did you gain? Like, did you gain a good amount of followers after it released?
I think like I gained, yeah, I gained like 3,000 more followers, like 3,000 to 3,500 more followers. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. Good. And then, what would you say to, somebody that, let me take it a step back. With how important is marketing your business? You have a life insurance agency where you are helping entrepreneur. I mean, people go out there and get insurance policies.
Mhm.
How important is marketing to your business?
It's very important. I mean, because if people don't know what you do and if you're not talking about it, there's no way that they can find you and get the services that you're offering. So you gotta market. Your warm market will run dry. So
Mhm.
right now we're in a day, a time, and an age where social media is just like if you're not using it and it's totally free, then you're doing it all wrong. So get out there, market yourself, reinvest in your business, put it into podcasts, put it into ads because the return is going to be phenomenal, especially when your product is, solving a problem in the market. So I say go for it.
Being that you had so much success with this podcast, what's one thing you would say about podcasting that a lot of people probably look over?
I feel like there's a difference between someone who has say they have a podcast and someone who actually has influence,
Hmm.
and like a audience that really rocks with them, and trusts what they say, like they know, they like, and they trust the person that has
Exactly.
the podcast. So there is a huge difference there. So you gotta kind of like take that into consideration when you're going on these different podcasts, and make sure that you are, on a podcast that is in direct alignment with your goals and dreams, and making sure that their audience is definitely, a buying audience, or audience that is receptive to the person that, or the people that they're actually tuning into. So don't just be hopping on these people podcasts, really dive into the analytics, and kind of see what type of audience they have, because that's going to make a world of a difference. I've paid, a lot more for other, podcasts, but they their audience was nowhere near, like near yours. So it's definitely a world of a difference, and that opened my eye a lot to when it came to this industry. All podcasts are not the same.
True, it's definitely true. And then another question that I do have is before going on social media, before doing podcast runs,
Mhm.
you are more of the person where, you have like you have your warm market and you have like a different model. Talk about the difference between, the way how you used to market your business and get clients and using social media today.
Yeah, so my approach was a lot different before. I just will work with my warm market, so close friends and family members, and present, phenomenal presentation, give them amazing education, and then they would just refer me to their close friends and family members. So I did that for probably the first 9, 10 years of
Hmm.
being in the industry. And then I hopped on the social media bandwagon, or podcasting, or just leveraging other people's communities, and it's definitely a world of a difference. But it helps you get from where you are to where you want to be a lot faster. You're able to get in front of a lot of more eyes, thousands in this case, and millions, of different eyes out there. So it has been amazing to intertwine both of them, to create this stability within my business that I'm just super, super grateful for. So they both work, but you just got to make sure that you work your way into being able to afford to pay for that marketing, and don't put yourself in a hole, doing it the other way around.
Right, 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 right. There's definitely a system behind going out there,
Yeah.
starting a podcast, or even getting on podcasts and using it to your advantage to grow your business. So I'm glad you mentioned that for sure. You have any other thoughts?
I mean, no, not really. Brianna pretty much she covered everything. Um, Lastly, I did probably just wanted to just say, um, what would you say, like if you were to incorporate, like let's say having a podcast into the marketing side of your business, if you was to have like a marketing aspect of your business and you wanted to, generate leads to your business, would you start a podcast? Would that be something you consider?
Uh,
Like your own show where you give the game, you're the expert, and you could kind of similarly go out and use it to give game, get leads, and as well, push that traffic into where you want, whether that's a call, whether that's a webinar. Would that be a marketing tool that you will utilize in your business?
I mean, it sounds great. I actually thought about it. Um,
Mhm.
but it just, I have an issue with being consistent with content, and just like
Mhm.
recording and pushing stuff out there. That's why I have a team that helps me with it. Because I grew up in a generation when, we just actually lived, and we didn't have cell phones, beepers, none of that. Like the only way you can get in contact with me is when I get home on a and or like it was no cell phone. So I think I'm still in the mix between like recording everything and putting it out there, and still like living in my childhood era. So I would love to, but realistically, am I mentally there? I don't know. But I think it would be good, because people, for some reason, they like hearing me talk and tuning into
Yep.
me. It's just I have I don't know, I'm like public and private all at once. And so
Mhm.
I have a hard time with it. But
Yeah.
maybe, like, because I thought about it. So who knows? But I think it's a good, marketing strategy and a good way to generate leads. But it would take some real consistency.
Yeah.
And that's what I commend y'all for, because y'all code with it. It's just like all that editing and then okay. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. I had to ask that because I'm like, you definitely are a great speaker. And I feel like that's a tool that you'll go crazy with that one. Like
Yeah.
100%.
I think so. Okay.
Yeah. But don't worry, we coming through very soon.
Coming through on the scene.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Teach me some. Show me some. Show me how to simplify this thing.
Definitely. It's coming. It's definitely coming. But definitely want to say thank you, Brianna, for your time.
Yeah.
You really broke it down for people. And I'm finally glad, we was able to reflect on this podcast that we did. I'm pretty sure I knew it was a lot of success that came with it. So it's always good to hear.
Yes.
Yes.
Keep
And
doing.
lastly, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
And lastly, tell the people what industry you're in and how do you help people now?
Yeah, so I am in the financial service industry. I'm the founder of Legend Life Financial. So I help people protect all of their assets and put millions and millions of dollars back into my community with proper life insurance policies. And you guys can find me on all social media platforms at Brianna Kayla J. All right.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, cool. So I think this was amazing. Thank you again, Brianna.
You're
Yeah. Good
welcome.
results. Oh man.
Yeah, now don't be trying to. I remember how much y'all told me last.
And I'm not gonna lie, I think when we charged you was very, very low actually compared to what it was now. I
It
mean,
was
is it
a
like
blessing. That's why y'all
$1,000?
blessed.
I
That's
mean,
why
yeah,
y'all blessed.
of course, that's how business works. You provide value, you give
Yeah, for
value.
sure.
And
Even
I
a couple
put
people, yeah, a
and I
couple
put
people
a
came
good
on.
work.
Yep.
Yes, I put an
Yeah.
excellent work in
Yeah,
for y'all.
Definitely.
Like,
Yeah. A lot of people came through. They was like, Brianna spoke really good about you guys and definitely appreciate that, Brianna, for sure.
yes, I got y'all. Like, y'all made the experience amazing. So I just had to, like, especially tell Dion, because I'm like, he be thinking, I don't know, like, I
yeah,
know work too. These guys, they work.
yeah,
So I'm
they
glad
do.
that helped out, and everybody else loved it as well.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome. You're welcome.
Honestly, this is gonna help us out a lot with this testimonial that you just gave us, because for us, the offer that we're rolling out right now is very long overdue, but I feel like it's still in due time. We've been growing the platform for over almost 2 years now, and now is the time where, it's really where we're gonna be able to monetize, like for real, for
Yeah.
real.
Y'all
Um,
deserve it for sure. You deserve it. Like y'all put in the work, so now people see the results y'all bring. So yeah.
Yes, 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 absolutely. So next time we speak, I'm like, listen, here's the results we've been seeing since then, and really just really just sharing that information and knowledge and really just helping more people. Because what I realize is not a lot of people are teaching what we're teaching and doing it the way how we done it. And plus, like you mentioned, podcasting, the consistency, like the recording, the editing it could be challenging, but if there was a system that just makes it more easier, it would definitely be make a huge return on your business for sure.
Did you
Yeah,
guys go to the podcast summit? I mean, is David, is he teaching it this way, or do y'all know what his method of teaching is?
I really David is talking about how to start a podcast, but we're teaching you how to start because he's like in his philosophy is like everyone needs a podcast. My thing is a little bit different. Every business owner needs a podcast. It's a little different because you're gonna just start a podcast just to start it. Next thing you know, you realize that you've recorded 3, 4 episodes and you feel like you're wasting your time. But if you're actually using it correctly, use the clips. You clip them up. You run those as ads, and now people are seeing you every single day wherever you go. Like literally, I just came from the mall just now. Guy walked up to me, is like, "Yo, you got a podcast?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yep, you made it.
I'm like, I'm like, he was like, motion and success. I'm like, yeah. He was like, oh, word, I be watching you all the time. You know what I mean? Now these are real people that is actually watching your content that literally can turn into clients at some point. So
Mhm.
we're teaching people more of the strategy of how to use it in your business model, whether you're an agency owner, a course creator, a consultant, or some kind of advisor. Those are the kind of things that you could do to grow the business for sure. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm excited to see the rollout and I'm excited to see, this next chapter for y'all for sure. Like, go crazy, guys, for real.
Thank you.
Y'all deserve all of everything that's about to come your way, for real.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Brianna.
Yeah, y'all been humble. Well,
Yeah.
stay humble, but y'all been humble and low key.
Yeah.
But keep
I
going.
think that's just our personality. That's how we are. I feel
But
like,
that's good though, because that has helped you guys get to where you are. So keep being, keep
yeah,
being y'all, but go crazy.
yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome. You're welcome. All
Yeah.
right. Well, if there's anything else you guys need